All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, big talk with XFFC titleist Blake Sigvaldason, and I'm just curious how you feel right now, man, because like they were saying in the cage, kind of like unheralded coming into it a little bit, just being that Michael Imperato has a certain, presence in the scene and everything like that, and you had a big victory. So how does this all feel, all factors considered?
Honestly, I feel awesome. I'm not surprised that it went that way. I know on paper it doesn't really look, 2-1, now 3-1. But I was 2-1 against a 7-3 guy, right? So everybody else besides me and my team members, they thought I was going to lose, understandably. But I'm glad that I could get out there and show my skills as a grappler.
And this shows the beauty about MMA too, right? Anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I gotta wonder what song you came out to there. Kind of seemed like this like Icelandic like war dirge almost. Like what was the entrance theme there?
It's called Hacker Skalder by Heilung, and it's basically like an ancient Viking war chant. It's kind of like the haka, like the New Zealand haka that the All Blacks do, but there's no clear translation of it because it's really old, so they don't know for sure if it's a war chant, but it sounds good enough. Right?
So there's like some cultural significance, and it also gets you fired up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've come from Icelandic and Norwegian heritage, and I try and stay true to that and show it when I fight.
It really came across, man. I seen like Blake Sigvaldason on, resume for like the fights and everything like that. I'm like, you got to come out to something like that. It only makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But you talked about your record, and the wins I'm seeing are within excessive force, and now you're the champion within the promotion. I mean, what's next for you? I know you just won the title and everything like that. You want to enjoy the moment, but do you see yourself plying your trade with excessive force the next few years?
I'm not too sure. We'll see what the future holds, right? I want to fight at 45, so maybe get that 45 belt. I'm open to whatever. Right now, I'm just going to celebrate, enjoy the win, and once we get back to the gym, go over things, we'll see what's next.
Is going to 45 a byproduct of just that you'll be maturing as a fighter and getting older? Because I saw you're only like in your mid-20s sort of thing. So is it a byproduct of you think you're just going to grow into this bigger frame eventually?
No, excuse me. I fought at 45 quite a bit. Like, I'm not a big 45er, but I still cut to get to 45. To get to 35, I have to cut a lot. Like, it was a shorter notice, so I had to cut even more. So like 20 pounds roughly over 2 weeks. So I don't know. I don't always want to make that cut, but we'll see. Right? If good opportunities show themselves at 35, then I'm going to take it. Right? But again, whatever the future holds, we'll see.
Yeah, and with the finishing sequence there, it looked like you busted him up a fair bit, and it seemed like there was like the ground and pound you're working there, some punches and elbows. Did you notice a distinct moment when you felt like you really cut him and sort of got through there?
Yeah, there was the one elbow. I kind of got the inside bicep control with my arm. Just kind of framed up, posted up, and just dropped the elbow right across his cheekbone. And I felt a crunch. I don't know if I maybe broke his orbital bone. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I felt the cut, and then I heard he made a little bit of a noise and touched his face. And then I saw the blood on the canvas, so I knew it was a bad one. And then the referee stepped in, and I was, okay. Well, I was thinking, I hope this doesn't end this way, right? Because, I mean, obviously a win is a win. But if I had the choice, I would want to finish him, or even a decision would be better than the way it ended. But I'm still happy with my performance. Technically, I finished him with elbow, right? But
it was your technique that led to the finish ultimately. Exactly. I mean, some of it was the referee's discretion, but I mean, it was a pretty bad cut, albeit like not dripping from the eyes sort of thing. But I mean, you got like a huge victory over well-regarded bantamweight and everything like that. I imagine you want to party a little bit. What's on the agenda for tonight?
A few beers, a few joints, and a lot of relaxation. Yeah.
That's perfect, man. Thanks for coming on the show. I'll have to talk to you in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, happy to have on an individual after a very, very big title victory. And I'm kind of wondering how you feel there, man. Like, just, XFFC Gold Raptor on your waist. Like, did it kind of feel surreal in the moment? What's the mindset there?
Well, no, not really surreal because I knew I was going to win. But it feels fucking like next level amazing, man. That was the funnest fight I was ever in my entire life, for sure. The guy is fucking tough, man.
And I imagine you probably learned a lot about yourself in certain spots because it seemed like you were in certain tough spots and you rallied back.
Yeah, at one point I got rocked hard. I don't know what round it was, but I got fucking rocked, and my feet were shaky, and my eyes were even a little fucked. And I was just like, okay, man, fucking circle, all right. Every time I seen like a dramatic movement forward, I was like, all right, get back. And then finally I landed another shot, and then as soon as I landed my straight left, it was just like, bing, right back, let's go.
It was a great fight. It was an absolute barn burner. Got Steve MacDonald, XFFC champion, on Bowks Talking Bouts here. I'm kind of wondering what the next step is going to be, because it seems like the last few fights you kind of played spoiler a little bit. Kyle Francati, and it seems like you embraced the heel roll a little bit. You're getting the crowd fired up,
Love it. Yeah, man, I don't know. If you're making noise, boos or cheers, either way, the way I see it, if I made you make the noise, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, you're getting the crowd fired up. You definitely got the charisma and everything like that. Is there any kind of next step you want? Like, are you looking to get a few defenses in XFFC?
I want to fight people who have good records, because I'm not going to be in this regional show for the next 5 years. I'm looking at like a year tops, and I'm going to the next level.
I'm kind of wondering what that next level is for you, because I know certain guys want to go to UFC or Bellator. Some people are more so looking to one championship and things like that now. What would interest you promotion-wise?
I will be going to the UFC. Guaranteed.
All right, well, you heard it here on Bouts Talking Bouts. Is there anything you're getting up to at the after party now? Like, getting out with the boys, having a couple wobbly pops for the lads kind of thing?
Yeah, man, I'm going to go to sleep.
His opponent's got to be careful. He's putting them to sleep. He's going to sleep now. Steve MacDonald on Bouts Talking Bouts. Thanks for the time, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Fuck yeah.